Hi, I'm Phill Grove, and I'm here to check on one of my renovation projects. This is a little house I bought for $13,300. It's not a bad looking house. We actually cleaned the house up quite a bit. We actually did what we call a prehab, and a prehab is when you basically just clean the house up and make it what we call FHA loanable. We make it eligible for a loan, but really pretty minimal renovations. Hey Barry, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Barry, you helped sell us this house. You want to tell us a little bit about what we did to fix this house up and how we got this thing sold? How much do you remember spending that we spent to fix this house up?
I think we spent a grand total of right around $4,000.
Around $4,000. So
yeah.
For $4,000, what did we get? We got some new carpeting.
Yes.
And we actually decided not to paint the house. It's got some kind of funky fabric walls in here, and a lot of the walls were actually this wood paneling. So rather than spending money trying to paint or sheetrock or do anything like that, we actually just went ahead and cleaned the walls. The walls aren't perfect, but they're good enough. The kitchen is pretty rough, and admittedly the kitchen is probably the roughest part of the house, and we really did not have any budget to redo the kitchen. We didn't even paint the cabinets, but we did, glue them together and get them back working as best we could. We've got this antique known as a stove here, and we got this really well cleaned, and it does function. What we ended up with is not the nicest kitchen in the world, but it is functional. Here's the bathroom. Now, the one really nice feature on this little house is somebody had already put in some pretty blue tile around the tub. But we did go for two major upgrades in the bathroom. We bought a new toilet, and we bought a new fixture on the sink. So obviously for a $4,000 renovation budget, you don't get a whole lot of renovation. And I have to admit myself, normally when I do a renovation project, normally I like to, fully renovate the house. I like to put in new cabinets and new flooring and new paint and do all the things to make a house look pretty. But that strategy is not always the best strategy. It's not always the most profitable strategy. And
what we did was we were very upfront with people who came to look at the house. We said, obviously, it's got some roof issues. Obviously, the kitchen, if we were going to move in, we might replace some things.
But rather than spending $35,000 on this little house and then selling it for $90,000, where we would have competed with, 50 other $90,000 houses in this little town, we decided to spend $4,000 and then sell it for $60,000. We actually made more money on the project, and we were able to sell it just in a heartbeat of time. Because for $60,000 we had no competition at all.
Spending as little as was spent to fix the house up, it gave the buyers more options too. For instance, we had somebody stop by and say, "Did you know you can get $750 a month for this place and rent?"
Right.
And so your investors can come in and buy. Your people who want to do a homestead can come in and have a home. It just leaves a lot more options when you don't try to completely deck a place out. I mean, think about your options before you go in and do a strategy.
Right. Again, I'm Phill Grove, and this was what it looks like to buy a house for $13,300 and sell it for $60,000. Thanks. Hi, I'm Phill Grove. I'm at Independence Title, about to walk in and get my closing materials and close on a house. Everything looks in order with me. This property, and on this particular deal, we did something a little different. We actually put a roof on the house and charged an additional $2,500 for a roof that got thrown in. So that's the deal, and we'll show you the check when we get it. Thanks. Hi, I'm Phill Grove, and I just wanted to wrap up this little deal. We just got the check couriered over to us from the title company. We closed yesterday, and it just funded, so they send us over the check, and here's our check for the amount of, hopefully you can make that out, $52,526. We also got a promissory note when we sold this property. Also threw in a roof that was required by the buyer's lender at the last minute, and we agreed to pay for that roof if they would sign a promissory note to pay us back. So we, in total, made, let's see, added up, sold it for $60,000 after we deducted all of the closing costs and commissions, netting $52,526 minus the $13,300 that we paid for the house and the $4,000 that we spent to remodel the house. So all in all, a very, very good little flip, little money out of pocket, and a very good return. I'm Phill Grove. That's it. Thanks.